Welcome to a new episode of Walk in Faith. I'm excited to be sitting down with my friend Giovanni Roselli, who tomorrow night is performing in Westchester County, right? Is this really your retirement from wrestling? I'm curious about that. Tell me, Giovanni.
For now it is. For now it is. And they say never, but I feel pretty confident that this will be the last match that I have.
That's amazing. And we know each other probably 15 years, 20 years. We did a show together a long time ago. Do you remember? It was the Jersey Shore something bags, and we did it on, who was wasn't Jay Leno? I forgot who it was. Who
Jimmy
was it?
Fallon.
Jimmy Fallon, that's right. And that's where you and I first met. And then we did an interview together years later for Active Catholics because you have such an amazing story. I mean, you're a professional wrestler. You wrestled for WWE or WWF, right? Was it Romeo Roselli? That was your name. And then
Yeah.
what was your tag team name?
Heart Throbs.
Heart Throbs. And then you're also, a business owner, nutritionist. Now you move to, you have so many things, SAG actor. You have so many things going on, but you inspire so many people. When I see your posts, especially how the way you just talk about your daughter who's 7, you're really an inspiring man. And to see that post today on Facebook, I think it really, like you said, it hits you personally. But tell me a little bit about tomorrow and what you're going through right now, because I know you have a lot of mixed emotions. You're excited, but this is also tomorrow's a big event for you.
Yeah, so it's at the Westchester County Center, White Plains, New York. The building holds several thousand people. We will have several thousand people rocking the building. Ticket sales are strong, and interest is there, so that's great. We have some major headliners. The Hardy Boyz, Mick Foley, Kane. Even like a legend like Tito Santana will be there. So there's going to be there's going to be a lot of familiar faces. And this is a building that I grew up watching wrestling. So this is a building where I grew up, and I would go every time there was a wrestling show, and I would wait outside in the back to see if I can catch a glimpse of the wrestlers walking in the building, and I would try to sit front row in the corner where the entrance is, so I would make sure I could slap everyone's hand. That was my goal as a kid. Like, I want to slap every single wrestler's hand, going in and out of the ring. And that's where I literally grew up. And that place also means a lot to me because I went to a lot of baseball card shows there. It's like if you're from Westchester, there's a good chance that you've gone to the Westchester County Center for something or some things. And that's what kind of made me the person I am. That's what made my passion for wrestling spark. And I got to wrestle in a lot of different places, and I got to go all around the world and all around the country. But for some reason, I just never got a chance to wrestle at the Westchester County Center, which is the most important building to me. So I said, before I, get too old to do this, before I get too unathletic to do this, and before, it's, quote, too late, I want to wrestle in the Westchester County Center. And I couldn't think of a better way to say that's going to be the end of my career, is at the place where it first started my career.
Wow. That's amazing. And as a kid too, I used to love to go to wrestling matches with my dad, and same thing, slapped him 5, and it was such an experience. When you were young, when did you realize you wanted to be a wrestler? Was it at these matches in Westchester?
I just knew that I really liked wrestling. As I got older, and I started kind of getting into working out and exercise, I was like, huh, maybe I can actually be it. Maybe I can actually do it, instead of just like being a fan. There was one point in my life where I was really into photography, and I took a lot of pictures at wrestling shows. I got published in all these wrestling magazines. I would like send my photos in to the publisher and be like, "Hey, would you publish these?" And I took good enough photos where I was actually getting published. But then I was like, I don't know if I want to be behind the camera. Maybe I want to be in front of the camera. And then that kind of took off from there.
You mentioned in one of your interviews, I just watched recently, how it wasn't that easy, right? There was a lot of adversity, just like anything. Anytime we go after something with passion or we love, it's not that easy. But tomorrow is very special because you said your daughter's going to be there, right? Who's never seen you wrestle, right?
No.
But also a lot of people that, people that you grew up with, but people from your community. And it's just to show them that we can overcome any adversity, right? If we put our mind and our heart to it. So tell me about that, what it means to you personally.
Yeah, I mean, my daughter will see me wrestle for the first time. That's another reason why I'm doing this, at this time, because I want to have that moment for her and with her so she can see what daddy, used to do or what daddy, still can do. And it's not every day that, you could watch your daddy jump off a top rope in front of a couple thousand people. So I think that may be cool for her to see. Um, you know, we all have stuff that we go through in our lives where if you want to get to the rainbow, you got to put up with the rain. And, you know, we, the closer you want to get to the rainbow, the more rain you're going to have to put up with. Right? And when you have a weird, gigantic dream of becoming a professional wrestler of all things, there's a lot of stuff that you go through. There's a lot of people that tell you you can't do it. There's a lot of people that laugh at you. There's a lot of people that don't believe in you. So you just have to have faith in yourself and have faith, that, you listen to what your heart is telling you and, just bet on yourself as the expression goes. And, I've countless injuries, surgeries, you know, full-time wrestler and the part-time wrestler, and um, got this opportunity, but passed it up, but then got this opportunity and kept it. The decisions that needed to be made along the way as well. So, I mean, one of my favorite words is perseverance.
Mm.
And I feel like, and not just in wrestling, but in just in life. And I feel like when you have perseverance, you have the grit to get through anything. And the more you put yourself through, the more uncomfortable you make yourself, inevitably the stronger you'll get towards the end. So I never minded putting myself in uncomfortable situations because I knew that at the end of the day, that was going to make me a stronger individual. And no matter what happened from my decisions, I knew that I put myself in a position where I could look back on and I say, I have absolutely no regrets. And now this is one of the biggest ones, this last match where I would I was saying to myself for years, I said, I have to wrestle at the county center. I have to wrestle at the county center because I didn't want to be sitting down at 70 years old in a chair, kicking myself, saying, why did you never wrestle at the county center? And I knew that would have ate me alive forever. So then I knew this had to happen.
Wow. And then that's interesting because you can apply what you're saying when you're training people or communicating with people to just motivate them about the perseverance. Because you're right, it's definitely we have to put ourselves in uncomfortable positions, especially when we have a goal like you had to be a professional wrestler. Just one last question, because I've never been a wrestler, obviously. What is it like being in that ring when the people are chanting or even booing you, depending on, the character you're playing? What does it feel like? It's got to be addictive, right?
It is, and a lot of wrestlers will say that. And it's, inevitably it's fun, and it should be fun. Um, and when it's not fun anymore, that's when, you know, a wrestler inevitably decides that, maybe they shouldn't do that anymore. But there's a big rush, and there's also the element of pressure because this is not a TV show where you shoot and you can stop if you don't like the take and then you get to do it again. This is a live action stunt show where there is no take two. So if you're gonna step on the rope, you better hope you don't slip. So there's an added element of pressure there, but you get to a certain point in your life, in your career, where you have the confidence that, okay, I'm going to step up on there and I'm going to jump off and everything's going to be okay. Um, So, there's always that I've had to deal with and face. But I mean, I love, I love the interaction, with the fans because I've got the opportunity to wrestle on TV where it's very like, hey, you have 6 minutes and they're going to go to a commercial break and that's it. But then I wrestle on, some of these, live events, we call them, where there are no TV cameras and you have the autonomy to interact with the fans and maybe get in a kid's face if you're a bad guy,
The heel,
um,
right? The
yeah,
heel.
the heel, or take a little extra time to get the crowd going with the claps and things like that. And the fact that you can take people on an emotional ride of one, two, oh, I thought that was it, is really, really exhilarating.
Oh, I agree. I've been collecting wrestling t-shirts since I was a kid, and tomorrow I'm excited. I'm like, what shirt am I gonna wear? And my wife's gonna wear one. What's your signature move for tomorrow? Or what is it? Do you have a signature move? I'm assuming you do, right?
I do. We're gonna try to keep that. We're gonna try to keep that a secret right now because I don't know if my opponent's gonna be watching this and then he'd be
Oh
scared.
no, we don't want that. But there are tickets still available, right? We people can
Yeah,
purchase tickets.
yeah. Tickets are still available through Ticketmaster. Also, the Westchester County Center box office. Like I said, they are filling up fast, but we'll still make room for anybody who wants to be there.
And you said Tito Santana is going to be there as well. That's
Tua
that.
Santana. We're gonna do a little segment during the show sometime. We're gonna have some legends come out, and you'll see some people be like, "Holy cow!" So
Yeah,
it'll
Kane. I mean, when I saw every day, I've been checking the website to see all these wrestlers that are coming to support you, and
yeah,
we'll be there in the front row. We'll slap you five, my son, my wife,
yeah,
and myself. And Giovanni, it's a
yeah.
pleasure, and I'm happy I'm going to be there tomorrow to support you. You're a great guy. All that you do. I mean, you got to just look up Giovanni's, just his resume, his website, all of his posts. I mean, he's such a wonderful person, and we advise people to log on, go on Ticketmaster, and support tomorrow. Giovanni's retirement match. We'll see if he comes back. But Giovanni, God bless you very much. Thank you.
Thank you. The same thing applies to you. I really respect everything that you do, and that you have done and that you are doing. I'm glad we met years ago. I'm glad we're able to keep in touch to this day and
Thank you.
moving forward.
Thank you. Guys, I hope you enjoyed today's episode of Walk in Faith. Always remember you have the ability to inspire and evangelize through words and actions. God bless you.